Yellowstone crew finally starts filming in Montana for the final season of the epic series. The show had been in limbo for the past couple of years, with one delay after another causing filming to be postponed forever. So seeing that the production kicks off at last is a huge relief for a lot of fans, including me. A couple of weeks ago, we heard that the Paramount crew was casting actors in Montana for the new season, suggesting that the filming was imminent. Then we got promising news from Forey J. Smith of all people, who's starring as Lloyd in the show. Smith expressed that Taylor Sheridan has reached out to him recently and told him to keep his May schedule open. Then the highly expected announcement from Paramount came this week, letting us know that the Yellowstone is indeed returning as filming kicks off. The good thing is, the production not only started, but also Paramount ensured in an announcement that the final season of the show will most definitely return on November 2024. This was the confirmation that we were all waiting for. This was the confirmation that finally eased our minds when it comes to the future of the show. As far as the plot is concerned though, we still have limited knowledge. According to Smith, there's still a big mystery surrounding how the show will end. It's all a secret. They won't let us have scripts until we get there, but the schedule comes out soon and they told me I'll know for sure what days I'm working then. Previously though, Ian Bohen assured the fans that it would be the most epic ending in TV history, suggesting that he has an idea of what to expect from the final season. Lainey Wilson also made similar statements before, meaning that even the cast members do not have a unified understanding of the last episodes of the legendary series. Yellowstone Season 5 Part 1 got released between the dates of November 2022 and January 2023. Since Season 5 Part 2, or Season 6 as fans usually prefer to refer, will have a couple of more episodes, we can't expect it to end at the end of January 2025 or February 2025. Either way, 2025 will mark the ending of the saga, leaving its place to other series within the same universe. Two shows that we are expecting to be released at a similar time are 1944 and 2024. The former will be yet another prequel series on the Dutton history, while the latter will act as a sequel series focusing on the future of the Yellowstone Ranch after John Dutton. Speaking of John Dutton, we need to address the elephant in the room, Kevin Costner. As you all know, Costner left the series last year, and since then, there have been lots of speculations going around regarding his relations with Paramount and Sheridan. Costner has remained quiet on the issue for the longest time up until this week, as he gave a grand interview to GQ magazine. In the interview, he said, "That's kind of my Western ethic. I've been quiet about the whole thing and I've taken a beating out there. My castmates are confused, the crew is confused." According to Costner, it wouldn't be honorable to engage in a public beef with all these figures. However, it is also not honorable to see that no one from Paramount came in front and stood by him to save his reputation. At one point, the news went as far as to claim that he was refusing to work more than a week in the Yellowstone set, while also embracing a diva attitude towards the cast and the crew. My biggest disappointment is I never heard Paramount or 101 really come to my defense and say, "That's not true. He was going to do 3 more seasons." I started off only giving 3 seasons, ended up doing 5, got embroiled in a thing that I don't feel one person over there ever told the story correctly ever about what I had done and what I've been willing to do. Costner stated clearly that the biggest issue for him was not having a proper schedule for the filming of the series. We very rarely started when we said we would, and we didn't finish when we said we would. And I was okay with that. I really was. I was okay with it. But it wasn't a trend that could continue for me. The ultimate deal breaker for him was the division of Yellowstone Season 5 into 2 parts, as it meddled with the filming of his last movie project, Horizon. I've always wanted to do this movie, and I was doing Yellowstone. I love Yellowstone, so I loved that show and I went and helped. And Taylor had a really great take on what this was, but I went over there, I've helped that show in 100 different ways. In Costner's opinion, things wouldn't have reached this point if the filming schedules were set and there was a more open relationship with Paramount officials. From his words, it is obvious that he resents his old colleagues for not sticking up for him. He also resents the fact that, in time, other shows became more important than Yellowstone. Other shows became more important. That's really fucking bothered me, that none of them would actually try to set the record straight. Nevertheless, despite not being in Montana right now to film Yellowstone's final season, Costner still does not eliminate the idea of starring in the show one last time completely. Well, Taylor and I know what the conditions are for coming back, and I'll just keep that between ourselves. And if he can't get to it, it's because, at the end of the day, it's unreasonable for them or something. Expressing his love and respect for John Dutton, the actor highlighted that he wants to make sure that he gets a proper ending. I love that character. I love that world. I am a person who is very script oriented, and if the scripts aren't there now, I need to know what I am. I want to make sure that the character lines up with what's important to me too, and that's pretty simple. That's just between, again, Taylor and myself. Can we ever get there? I don't know. To me, it is great to see that despite everything, there's still a chance for Costner to star in the final season of Yellowstone. And even without him, I'm happy to see that there will be a proper ending to the show soon that will close this chapter of our lives. After all, there is no feeling worse than waiting, right? Do you think Costner will eventually return to the show? If you will watch the final season of Yellowstone in November, leave me a horse emoji below so that I know how many of us will be ready for this epic ending. If you want to learn more about the Yellowstone universe, click the video on the screen. Thank you so much for watching. See you at the next one.